Now I would like to invite Karel Tušek. Karel will speak about why Israel has become the innovative powerhouse. That sounds very cool. Karel, here you are, and 10 minutes starting now. It should be working, hopefully.
Okay, yeah. Hello, ladies and Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very happy to be invited here. Thank you very much, and I'm happy that I can share and the opportunity to share a few thoughts about our innovation ecosystem. My name is Karel Tušek, and I'm a managing partner in Tachlas VC, which is a venture capital fund focusing on cybersecurity, cloud, AI infrastructure, investing predominantly in Israel, and we also founded a non-profit organization focusing on building a permanent bridge between those two countries, transferring technologies between Israel and Czech Republic. These 2 days will be all about innovation. My predecessors spoke about innovation. We will speak about AI. We will speak about a lot of things. And there's no doubt that actually innovation is a new gold and new asset of tomorrow. It will actually, innovation will be part and will the difference in success, not just for the companies and enterprises, but also for the whole countries and societies. And we can actually see how it is even from the geopolitical perspective, and we can watch it mainly every day. So how do we stand as a Czech Republic in this actually changing world where the innovation is a new asset? Maybe let's look a little bit in the mirror. Those who remember back in 2014, we remember that startup was kind of like the word that most of the society haven't heard, never heard. But we can definitely look what changed. I found and dig out some data, a few metrics. And in the last 10 years, we actually increased 4 times number of startups, depending on the data. Today, it's like roughly 2,000 startups in Czech Republic, which is just great, like 4 times more. There is another interesting metrics, how many unicorns. It's still at the level of statistic, error, but we also increasing. And really great kudos to those companies, those founders, because it deserves all the publicity, because those are those they actually inspire others. How does it translate to amount of investments? We also, I think this incredible number, almost $250 million. It's like 10 times more than 10 years ago, which is great. I think that the great data. But perhaps let's look a little bit. Let's compare with someone else. So how do we stand in European perspective? So again, let's look at this data. In terms of startups, per capita, per million citizens, I think it's quite good, like almost 200 startups per 1 million citizens, comparing to the European average, not bad at all. The other metrics, okay, mostly on par. Number of unicorns, it's a relatively small number, but good. And how does it translate to investments? Actually, like 3 times, 4 times less, that is the European average. So we can ask, what does it mean? Probably our startups are heavily underinvested, or there's not enough capital, or private capital mostly. So this is comparing us to Europe. What if we compare ourselves to someone much better? And I was always telling my kids, like, let's compare to the best, because you can at least learn. So there is one country that is similar size of us in terms of population, much smaller than our country, surrounded by the enemies who actually want to wipe this country off the Earth's surface, and without no natural resources. So pretty much we can really compare. So how do we stand? Let's look at the same numbers. So in terms of startups, in Israel there's like almost 8,000 or over 8,000 startups. The same population. Number of unicorns. This is actually the country with the biggest number of unicorns per capita. This number is just crazy. 20 times more. Number of VCs, of course, in this huge market, there is a lot of capital, a lot of VCs. So in Israeli market, there operates almost 800 venture capital companies. And it also translates to the investments. So if you look at the amount of investments, $4.5 billion, like just imagine it pouring this money into our economy would be great. So we can ask, why the hell? Like, what's the difference, at least what we can learn from it. And I'm not here to provide the analysis, I'm not here to provide the recommendation because I'm not a consultant. But after spending in Israel and investing in Israeli companies 10 years, seeing hundreds of startups, making dozens of transactions, and seeing founders, VCs, all the parts of ecosystem, at least allow me a few observations. So the observation number one is that the people there really think big. It's a huge difference comparing our founders and Israeli founders. It's deeply rooted in the society. It starts from the education. The ambition is just quite bigger. They go global. They think global from the very beginning, and they don't ask themselves, like, am I good enough? Is my product good enough? They just go and sell and try. And of course, they have a lot of support. They have a lot of support from the society and from the companies, from investors, which goes to the observation number two. And that's that in Israel, actually, the whole society is built to support this ecosystem, the innovation, because they know this is actually the economy, this is their goal. And it's not just private investors, the most of capital is private there, but also companies, corporates. They are used to innovate through startups, not just through them. They are used to being a customer, the very first customers. We have portfolio companies, 2 people in the garage, and their customer is the biggest Israeli telco. Just imagine it here. Having small company securing cloud security of the biggest telco here. You can't imagine it. In general, the observation is that the society is willing to accept a little bigger risk than our society, which actually goes to observation number 3, and this is that the failure is actually part of the journey. We are not set to accept the failure. We actually discriminate the failure. If someone fails in Czech Republic, there's a stigma, there's a mark, you cannot fail again. We know it. On the other hand, this is part of the process. It goes to investors. And I say, support the innovation. Just invest. And you know what happened? You will fail. You lose the money. So you invest again and again and be consistent, because the consistency is the key. And at the end of the day, you will succeed. And you will not just make the money, but you learn. And all around you will learn. The companies, the founders. And I can guarantee that at least half of them will try again, which is actually what will drive our economy at the end of the day. So, to conclude, just 3 messages. The first message to the founders here: really think big. From the very beginning, have the ambition and trust yourself. The message to corporates and investors: support is formatting. Support all these big ideas and courageous people and innovations. And my third message to everybody is: accept the failures, because this is the part of the process. Thank you very much. I'll be here for any questions if needed. Thank you.
I would have a question for you. Like you said, that there are plenty of different reasons why.
We can talk hours about it.
Like how you can help the startups to maybe like. Can you help them to grow in Israel?
You mean Czech startups or
yes,
Israeli
startups?
startups?
Like Czech startups.
Czech startups, actually, yeah, it's very tangible, and we spent, years thinking, how we can help our economy. That's why actually we founded our non-profit organization, Czech Israeli Technology Innovation Forum. And one of the activities, there are several others, but one of the activities is Czech Israeli Accelerator. This year, actually, this autumn, the registration, by the way, is still open. And this autumn is the very first cohort, so we'll take about 8 startups. We already selected some, and for this accelerator, part of it is actually weak in Israel, and the ambition is absolutely straightforward. Bring them money, bring them customers, bring them global partners, US investors. That's it. So this is our way how we try to help.
And I have another maybe sensitive question, like regarding the geopolitical situation. Can we start now? Like, is it possible to go there now and invest, or is it like?
My opinion, I feel safer in Israel than in Paris. That's how it is. Okay, sometimes some racket, you know, there's some firework on the sky, but really the country is safe, and actually this is something that drives the Israeli innovation. So it even makes, you know, the startups and the country stronger.
Thank you.
This is what it is.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Karel Tušek.